Hello, Trike fans. How you doing this afternoon? Gorgeous day out. 70, probably 73 to 75. Just feels so nice out in the sun in a t-shirt. Got out and just took a short little ride today. I'm a little low on fuel funds, but it was just nice to be able to ride around town with the shirt off and for the first, or with the jacket off for the first time this spring. And it's just nice to see warm weather's returning. My birthday's on Sunday, so this is typical. And I'm pretty happy that the month came in like a lion, is going out like a lamb. So I'm looking forward to some exciting rides. Some are coming up this week. Sherry and I are going to be going to Grand Junction, and we're taking the trike. And we're going to do some shopping in town while we're there and come home and just get a good long 250-ish mile trip in. She's got a doctor's appointment in the midday that we'll be able to make. This will save us some gas getting there. Our Subaru only gets about 22 on the highway, so this does much better than that. With recent fuel prices, I don't have a choice. So I've got the rain gear packed up and we're ready to go. The main reason why I decided to meet today is I took a question a couple weeks ago before I left, about a month ago actually, before I left for Minnesota. And people have noted that I use some interesting mount areas for my GoPro work. So I decided to show everybody the GoPro mounts that I use to give me different aspects and different views. And sometimes I'm going to get into, honestly, as I do more wayside stopping and more of a tour of the rides, I'll be changing camera positions along the way to give the view some variety during the film. So we're going to start out here with the top box mount. This is mounted right behind my Shad's passenger pad. And there that is. Now the disadvantage to this is that it is, it can be blocked by my wife's hair. There's a couple videos where her ponytail came back and forth. And, she's usually better about tucking it. But the thing is the passenger's clothing and such can get interfered with the camera, especially on winter rides. So this one's kind of so-so. But I do like it in the summer, and it's a nice view. And in travel, I kind of like to have who's coming up on me so I can have an indicator of who likes to harass bikers as I look forward with the other GoPro. So, and then on the rear also, I mount on the turn signal stalks. You can see them right there. I leave those in place. And those point out to the side of the vehicle, this way. So I get a left side shot for running down canyon walls, or if I want to take a nice side sweeping view. This is handy for like up in the Gunnison. But like if I'm going to Denver in the Gunnison, I would want to have it on this side mount. So I can look that way to the right. So again, it gives it a 90-degree break from the body line of the bike. So you're looking directly out to the right-hand side. On the right-hand saddlebag, I also have a diagonal mount on the front of the bag. It's almost about 1.5 inches away from where the crux of the rounded corner. And this is the stock GV Can-Am bag. I just debadged it, but there's a Can-Am mount there. Now this one's mounted on the standard rubber pegs, and I have not made it permanent. And same with the one on the other side. There's a matching one on the other side. So these are the first 5 mounts that I have. There's the left one. And I leave the bolts in so they don't snap, and it's got some support if we bump into it getting off and on the bike. And then also these are glued on with the two-sided tape. I didn't drill these down, so I'm watching those very carefully, and then sometime this week I'll get out here and put some set screws into them, get them locked in. Actually, I did countersink these, come to think of it. In fact, I countersinked that one as well. But yeah, it's down there. So those are permanently mounted to the bags. I thought about putting one up here. I may in the future, just to kind of give a line to the bike, because I like having the front aspect toward the left of the bike, and right would work for the other side of the canyons for return trips and that kind of thing. But I would like to be able to keep, like I said, some aspect of the bike in the photos, just a glimpse, because it answers everybody's questions. Do you really ride the Spyder out there? Well, yeah, you'd be able to tell that. But we'll work on that. And also, I also have a pre-existing hole and a mount screw that I can use to mount the mount permanently as well, and countersink it. And it just takes some customization for me to get that done, but I know what to do with it. The 6th mount I have is here. And I just mounted this weekend. And that's to give a chest high view, if you will, of the road. And like when I shoot in wide angle, I want it to capture as much of both sides of the canyon at a time, or the broad scope of the landscape. So if I plan on mixing in wide angle mixes, I use this mount. And I'm going to be working with the GoPro to try to lean it forward a little bit more, because my last movies you couldn't tell it was on the bike, but that's just something that I like. I like to make sure the bike is in the presence. She's kind of my travel companion, but that's what I do. Now, I also have one down on the BRP tag, right down here. Now, I encountered some damage with it this year, you'll note. So I'm going to be replacing this and getting a stronger duty GoPro model one. This was a Chinese version. It just didn't work out very well. But in the future, I'll be taking care of this. And I have to make a better stage up and block to secure it to the badge. I might just replace the badge. So I have a Spyder badge under there, but I'll need a new one. And I know that those are available at Le Monster. I'm probably going to redo it and just put a Spyder badge on there again. And I got some body work to do here on my fronts because they snapped on me. I split these two pieces when I was putting my wrap on, and when I put them back together, the detente snapped in, and then the little legs popped off. So I've got to get some JB weld or something on them, or plastic weld, and just make it a solid piece from the backside. Anyway, that's all I got for today. That's all I wanted to demonstrate. And also now I'm also riding with my X-Ram mount again. I do have a cell phone now, and we're getting service in the area. And this is handy for, obviously communicating with family, receiving messages. I do not connect to Bluetooth to get messages or hear it in my ear. Not a huge fan of radio. It's, to me, those are all distractions. I'm about the writing. There's enough danger out there. We don't need to noise it up. And that's just me. And I'm not attacking people that prefer audio systems and things like that. It's not my style. And I've always wanted to be able to hear my environment as well as anything else. And I'm telling you, I've had multiple stereos on multiple bikes. None of them sound any good past 60 miles an hour. The wind is just too much interference. Anyway, I dathered, and I apologize for that. But that's my dash. That's my RAM mount. I got my GoPro remote control here also. So when I'm running one, I can switch to another, but it kind of switches things around. It's goofy. So, but my second GoPro is not remote based. It's older. And this is the charging ports that I put in. And these are really essential. This allows me to shoot, keep the camera going, and I can take long-term videos that way. The GoPro kind of outpaces it a little bit, so you need a fresh battery when you start, but it will go all day. I will warn you that after 8 hours, it will be down to about 50%. It slightly takes a charge away, even as it's charging, especially if you're doing high-def movies on this guy. So that's all I got for today, I promise. We'll talk to you later, and thanks for listening to me. You have a great day, folks.